Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Well friends, this is what winning looks like. If you ever needed to be further convinced that we are winning the culture war, then look no further. Of course, we know that lefty activist types have had control over the mainstream media and of course cultural institutions basically forever. But that is finally changing, and the year 2022 has been the biggest jump by far. Starting off with Elon Musk buying Twitter, and it seems like he might actually go through with it, followed by the fall of woke Netflix and the fall of woke content in general. As financial trouble hits the markets, the woke garbage is first on the chopping block, and the cherry on top following the collapse of CNN Plus is that Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire, now launching Daily Wire Plus, just hit a massive, record-breaking subscription milestone in the conservative media space. Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire just hit 890,000 subscribers, estimated anywhere between $10 to $12 million in revenue a month, just from subscriptions alone. CNN Plus, on the other hand, after legacy media failure CNN Plus, from what I understand, barely scratched 150,000 subscribers, offering a 50% discount, and had less than 10,000 active users or viewers a day. Folks, the legacy media is dying. This is a massive win for not only the independent media world and the online media world, but for conservative media as well. Left-wing woke garbage, and especially legacy garbage, is crumbling to irrelevance, while conservative media is ascending. So of course we've got some stuff to cover, folks. Let's roll the tape. Alright friends, so take a look at this. Daily Wire launches Daily Wire Plus and signs Jordan Peterson to a multi-year deal. The Daily Wire announced on Wednesday that the conservative news and media company founded by Ben Shapiro, Caleb Robinson, and Jeremy Boring has added tens of thousands of new paying subscribers. Actually, it's hundreds of thousands, but will continue, growing to an overall subscriber number of 890,000, nearly 900,000, or you could even say nearly a million. And just 3 months ago in April, the company's subscriber base hovered near the 600,000 mark. The company also announced the launch of Daily Wire Plus, a platform that will host the company's growing library of original content that's now an included Daily Wire subscriber benefit. The Daily Wire already has a book publishing company and produces approximately 250 pieces of content a day. Friends, this may be a turning point in the world of media and culture. As the left embraces this woke garbage nonsense, diversity quotas, ideas like equity and the like, the conservative media and cultural space operates on one basis alone. Is the content good? I mean, something should just not be overcomplicated. View it almost in caveman terms. Movie good? Then it's approved. Movie funny? Ha ha ha. Content good. It's a basic meritocracy. And this is something that the conservative space just understands fundamentally, that the most important factor to producing good content is talent. And this is something the Daily Wire is doing very well.
Daily Wire Plus is going to have the Daily Wire, and sure, we're going to expand our relationship with PragerU, and sure, we're going to make more movies, and sure, we're going to make kids content. But I got one more plus. Here it is.
Dr. Jordan Peterson, arguably one of the most famous intellectuals ever, at least in the modern era, but the mainstream media has tried to label him as so extreme, so controversial that nobody wants to go near him. It's the same criticism I kept lobbing at CNN Plus, launching this massive streaming service with their headline talent being failed Fox News anchor Chris Wallace and the biggest loser on TV, Brian Stelter.
Wow!
I kept saying in my criticism of CNN Plus, I don't get why they don't hire any of the big Twitch streamers or any of the big leftist names like Destiny and others. But if you think about it, why aren't they hiring someone like Dr. Jordan Peterson? Why hasn't anyone hired someone like Dr. Jordan Peterson? A man who, whenever he does a media interview, it strikes millions upon millions of views on YouTube alone. Even more if you count all the different social media platforms and cable ratings on top of it. You know, the same thing with Joe Rogan. Spotify's been a platform for a very long time. I never made a Spotify account. I never went on Spotify until they signed Joe Rogan, and then all of a sudden I have an account, and whenever I want to listen to a Joe Rogan podcast, well, there I am. And now Joe Rogan has brought in millions upon millions of subscribers to the Spotify platform and is casually getting 11 million views per segment. And you wonder why CNN Plus is failing and the Daily Wire is succeeding. I mean, this is a monumental success. Well, it's simply because when Disney fires a fan-favorite character like Gina Carano from The Mandalorian in such despicable manner, the Daily Wire is one of the only companies willing to pick her up and to make things right. And also, speaking of courage, the Daily Wire is willing to tackle tough, taboo subjects, like the current gender craziness we're seeing these days with Matt Walsh's documentary, titled What is a Woman? That documentary alone probably led to tens of thousands, if not over 100,000 new subscribers. The Daily Wire is willing to tackle these subjects, and that right there is the difference, folks. Everything the left cultural sphere tries to do is all about appeasing the left. They're never taking risks. They're merely looking for recognition and approval. That's why comedy is dead in a leftist media environment. Comedy is about breaking boundaries, tackling taboo subjects, not desperately fighting for approval. Oh, Trump real bad, am I right? Am I right, liberals? Oh, these toxic males, am I right, fellow liberals? That's not comedy. The Daily Wire is simply creating content that people want to watch. And that's why they get to take a victory lap right now. Oh, and speaking of victory lap, they're simply ahead of the curve, as Netflix and these other streaming outlets are only learning now in 2022 that being woke is bad for business. Netflix canceling a bunch of woke shows and firing a bunch of woke employees. Defending Dave Chappelle and Ricky Gervais. I mean, who would have guessed that people want to watch Dave Chappelle and Ricky Gervais instead of Hannah Gatsby and Amy Schumer? Apparently that was real tough for Netflix executives being paid millions of dollars a year. Now we even have Paramount Plus. Adding on to this anti-woke trend, Paramount says we won't remove content from eras with, quote, different sensibilities. Essentially telling woke millennials and Gen Zers to take a hike. Woke content is failing. Of course, just following the woke mainstream media, as CNN recently posted their lowest day in ratings since July 2000. And I guess in conclusion, this is what winning looks like. Thanks for watching, friends, and I'll see you on the next one.